Bredstone Entertainment tells us about their up-and-coming play to open in Fresno in a couple weeks. This is Community Matters. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kyra Jenkins. Can you tell me about Chronicles of a Vixen?
Well, Chronicles of a Vixen is a story about several women who are vying for the title to be Video Vixen of the Year. Mm-hmm. And so they go through ruthless situations. There's a lot of backstabbing. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of intrigue. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of drama. We show the underside, the seedy side of the industry. If you have this ideology about what Hollywood or what the industry can do for you, this story is a story about redemption and how you can change your life and have your life changed totally, completely around.
Right.
Yes.
So how did you come up with an idea for the play?
Well, I was in New York with some friends for in 2006, and it was about to be the year 2007. And I actually, a young lady gave me a book, and she was like, "Hey, you need to read this book." And so I read this book it was actually by Corinne Steffen. Nothing in the play that I wrote, nothing about her life is in the play. But I was inspired and intrigued by it. I was thinking, how can I make a difference? How can I spread the word and get the word out about how, you may be trapped in this lifestyle or you may be used to this lifestyle. And if you want to change, there is a way out. So then I got the idea. And so all these different characters began to roam around in my head and I just began to write. And I was encouraged by Robert Charles, who's in Houston, Texas, and some people out in New York. They were like, "You need to write the story." I came back home to Fresno, and Kim McCoy, he was like, "Tanisha, this needs to be on the stage play format. You really need to start off with the play and just go for it." And then from then on, doors have been opening. Bredstone Entertainment with Tony Rodriguez, with Armando Mayo, and Brian Huffman. Those are my business partners, and Monique Reynoso. We are so excited about what's happening with this work of art.
Great. And are you from Fresno?
Originally, no. I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I've lived in Chicago, Illinois, Alexandria, Louisiana, and the Bay Area.
How very funny. I was born in Detroit, and I went to Southern in Baton Rouge. Great. So how did casting work out? How did you find your cast?
We held an audition, and we put it out on Facebook and Craigslist. And so we had some phenomenal people come and be a part of it. Word got out, and people came to audition, and we chose from that pool that was brought to us.
I think the thing that's most attractive to the community about a play is that it's community-based. If you employ people who are in Fresno, if you live in Fresno, and if, you're reaching out to people in Fresno, then that makes it a local interest.
Yes,
story.
Definitely. Our music engineer, our producer, Mr. Jabri, he's awesome. He's amazing. He's actually been doing our work for us. And Robin Grayson, who's our lead actor, Outlaw. Not only is he an amazing actor, but he's also a wonderful poet. He recently just released a book of poetry that was published, and we're just so grateful for our cast. And I strongly believe in supporting the community that you live in and bringing and pulling out the talents that we already have within us and around us. If you want to be encouraged and you want your life to be changed, or you know somebody who is depressed and need their life to be touched, come check out Chronicles of a Vixen.
So you wrote the play in 2007?
Yes.
Okay, and so can you tell me everything that's transpired since you wrote it?
Other projects, other visions that I have, like as far as helping women coming out of prostitution and dealing with teenage pregnancy issues and things like that. And then another thing that's close to our hearts and my heart is I have a passion to help children who have been involved in slave human trafficking. Mm-hmm. That's a really big issue. So Chronicles of a Vixen actually it sets like the tone, because there's a lot of things that go on in the industry that not only affects people in the industry, but it affects the people that are watching it. And sometimes young ladies, they get involved in prostitution, or they get involved in stripping, or they get involved in a lot of these seedy acts, and they're wondering why. I just feel like that I was born to help portray. You can come out of it, no matter how far you've gone, no matter where you've gone in life, you can come out of it.
So what happened after you wrote the play? From getting it on paper to finding a cast, how did everything come about?
I wrote it out, I outlined it, I saw it in my head. I was like, this is a movie. And he was like, you need to reformat it, do it as a play. And my business partners, they will tell you. They have to tell me time and time again, Tanisha, streamline it. You have to remember this is just a stage play. Because when a movie and a stage play is totally different. So I had to work with timelining, figuring out what we want on stage, how much we can do on stage, and figuring out having the characters fit the people who come through the door, and even for the characters to be able to identify with the audience. So I have to take all of that into consideration. And a lot of it, honestly, is prayer. We wanted to be able to identify with what is actually going on with the culture, and to be able to impact the atmosphere and change lives. And it's humorous. There's a lot of party scenes that people can identify with. There's the beauty and the the allure of the entertainment industry. And I'm not knocking the entertainment industry. I've been in the industry for a minute, but I've seen the other side. I used to be a dancer, but I used to open for celebrities and dance for celebrities, and I've seen a lot of things behind the closed doors, behind the scenes that people don't even see. That engages me to want to get the message out.
Very good. I think a lot of people can relate. And can you tell me about Bredstone Entertainment?
Yeah, Bredstone Entertainment is Brian Huffman. That's for the B. The red is for red bone. That's me. And then the tone part, that's Tony. And E is for entertainment, which is Armando Mayo.
And so it's affiliated with the church.
We are a nonprofit organization. Our covering is Victory Christian Fellowship International. Actually, for a lot of churches, this project will not be appealing to a lot of churches. It just won't, because it's so risque. It's racy in some areas, but it's hardcore and it's hitting the truth. Not all of our cast members are church-going people. Some of them clubs, some of them parties, some of them just are free. Mm-hmm. And we don't knock them for that. If we see a talent and we see something that's great in you and you want to be a part of this organization, the bottom line with the Bredstone is that it is about the bread of life, who is for us is Jesus Christ.
So what are your goals? I know that you wrote it originally as a movie. So do you have any goals for it in the future, or even for yourself?
Our next goal is I'm working on a story called Delicia's Story. And it's about a young lady who's 16, and she's, ever since she was 11 years old, she got caught up in the human trafficking lifestyle here in America. And so that's a passion that I have in mind, just to raise awareness about it. With the Vixens, I would like to eventually turn into a movie.
Well, Monique, so I understand you're the PR person behind the play.
Yes, that's correct.
And your full name is Monique Reynoso?
Reynoso, yes.
Gotcha. So how'd you get involved?
Well, actually, I've known Taniska for quite a while, and I believe in her vision, and I believe that other people need to see this vision. And so with my past experience with doing PR for nonprofits, as well as working in the radio industry and other industries in which allowed me to get connections and networking. So I knew that the people had to know about this. People had to know what's going on here, and they had to just see a different side of what her talents are and what Fresno can offer. And so from, just my heart just started going out, and I was like, okay, you know what? What's going on now? Let me go ahead and go Facebook and just start blasting it everywhere. Tickets and stuff will be sold at Postal Express and More, located on Willow and Shaw. Or you can just Facebook us, and we'll be glad to, get back to you, give you a call, and so that you guys could purchase tickets.
Great. And so listeners can learn a little bit more about the play. Can you kind of just break it down and sum it up, what people can expect to see?
There's a lot of drama going on, It is a story about a hot, beautiful woman willing to do anything to be number one. Mm-hmm. And as they followed her story of glamour, fortune, a lot of deceit in it, as you can see, and especially with the different characters and all the different personalities. And as they go through the whole play, their lives do change. And you could see it, from just the way that the transition from the beginning of the play to the end of the play. You see a totally different woman in each one of these. And so it's just exciting. It excites me. And I'm just glad to be part of it, to tell you the truth.
And you likened the play to Tyler Perry a little bit.
The reason I said that is because it has an undertone of the Christian transition. And, Tyler Perry, his plays, has just very, similar. Has a lot of drama, has a lot of action, but yet, there's also undertone of what God could do in their lives. And so that's basically something that we're also bringing to Fresno.
And where do the proceeds go? And how much are tickets, and where does the money go?
Okay, tickets are only $10. Very good price, can't beat that, especially, for an awesome play like this. And the proceeds go to the Veterans Memorial, as well as stays in Bredstone, so that they can continue with their future projects.
And so when is the play?
It's actually the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. Thank you for those who are just backing us up through this project, and thank you for Fresno as well.
So your name is Armando.
Armando Mayo. And I want to talk about a little bit of the other things that we wanted to do, get into prevention into the schools. It's something that we're experienced in reaching out to the kids. Taniska was talking about human trafficking, which is a big issue. And one of the things that we want to do is get back into the schools and maybe even the high schools, and taking the stage play back to the high schools. We know that the arts in general have kind of been pulled out of the high schools, a lot of the high schools. We're all down and out sometimes, you know what I mean? The world, you're living your life, and it's not always pleasant. Mm-hmm. And everybody can use a little bit of inspiration at some point in their life, and that's kind of what we're about, and that's where our heart is is to be inspiring and to live our lives in a way that it does inspire people. With the play, it's going to take you up and down, turn you around. And one of the reasons why Monique, who is saying it's kind of like Tyler Perry, is because we've been in church for years. When we do plays in a church, a lot of church people will come to the play and see the play. But a lot of the church people already have the message in their heart. We want to reach out to a part of the world that needs a better message. And we want to bring it to them in a way that they can connect with, which is why in this play, sometimes you'll see a club scene. Sometimes you'll see people might be drinking.
But it's all PG-13. I mean, people can bring their teens, and
there's a lot of people who will write a play, and I think that's one of the reasons why last time we put it on, it was such a great hit with everybody that came. Well, actually, me, Taniska, and Tony, we worked together previously. We were a part of a different organization, nonprofit organization, known as Higher Calling, doing dramas, music, dance groups, which was how we got into prevention with Fresno County Probation, just having our background with the arts. And we wanted to bring in this message of hope, redemption, this non-judgmental idea of grace in life. We wanted to bring it in a way where we didn't offend you. We didn't make you put a wall up because maybe in your past you were hurt by church people. I don't know.
It's very hard. Fresno is very hard for people in media or in entertainment, arts. You know, it's been a struggling industry. There's only about 4 TV stations here, and you don't hear about a lot of films being filmed here. I remember there was one being filmed in Fresno State maybe in 2008, but you don't hear about a lot of plays or things like that. So I think this will draw a great audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tony, what's your last name?
Rodriguez.
What do you do with the play? What's your part?
I'm
what's
the
your
one
role?
who gets blamed for everything. If anything goes wrong, I get blamed for it. If anything goes right, Tiniska gets the credit. I am doing all of the tech stuff. I'm calling the shots for the music and the lights. And then I do all the design work as far as flyer work.
So, Tony, what are some of the goals you have for the play? What are some things you want to see?
I want to see this play go beyond the 4 walls of that little building, be traveled around with a nice crew.
Can you tell us about the website, too, so they can know where to go?
Oh, yeah, BredstoneEntertainment.com, and it's spelled BREDSTONE and then entertainment. BredstoneEntertainment.com, and that will have the links to our YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can see a little trailer of the play. It gives you a little idea of what the play is about.
Yeah, and can you remind us of when the play is and when's the deadline to buy tickets as we sign off?
We are going to be selling tickets at the door. The play is January the 28th through the 30th.
Great, and where is it again? The
play is at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium, which is downtown. Thank you very much.
And if you'd like